Racist vines? What are racist vines?
The internet is a vast, multifaceted platform for file sharing. Recently, the website Vine was created and has given birth to the Black Vine, which is a medium for cultural amusement. These vines are usually created by those of the African American race. They self-shame their own personal qualities with a humorous tone. However, they rely on material that would be considered racist by a white or Caucasian person creating the same material. These black or racist vines have spread across multiple social media platforms such as Vine, where they began, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and they're heavily consumed by users. We know that the internet is a breeding ground for hate speech and shaming. It's a well-known fact that users find courage in anonymity that they would not find in face-to-face conversation. So the question is a racist vine a positive medium for cultural expression or a harmful epidemic enabling users to spread their online hate speech? It's really becoming something that you sort of don't think about. Say this morning I logged into Instagram, the first thing that comes up is the tasteless gentleman. It's got this black guy like washing his hands and he becomes whiter as he does it. It's strange, it's almost as if it had connotations that the African American dude was actually like dirty. You almost don't know where the lines have become blurred between what is acceptable and what is like harmless satire, if you will, or like something that's actually discriminatory.
The Australian Communications and Media Authority's 2013 to 2014 report demonstrates the almost obsessive media habits of young people aged 12 to 17. 36% of 12 to 13-year-olds and 71% of 16 to 17-year-olds check their social networking platforms daily. Therefore, it comes as no surprise that 82% of Australians aged 14 to 17 regard the internet as very important, with 41% rating it as extremely important.
It's like you wouldn't go up to a stranger in the street, even if he's white, purple, yellow or black, and say something. Well, if the black community decides to make them themselves, then I think they're saying that it's okay for everyone else to be them and find them funny.
I don't think there's much wrong with that one. I don't think it's very funny either. You pretty much just see it, you think, she's standard meme. Like, you don't really look into it too hard. Like, the people that do look into it too much are usually the ones that get offended by it.
Racist vines? Yeah, it's something that grows on a grapevine.
Albert Laguna is an assistant professor of ethnicity, race and migration and American studies at Yale University. He believes there is a high visibility of race-based humor on Vine, which is illustrative of today's younger generation's views and perceptions on race. Professor Laguna identifies different types of vines within this subgenre. These are white people versus black people, where the stereotypically black behaviour is often the punchline. The degenerative stereotype, which involves playing into a negative stereotype. And finally, the progressive vine, which aims to reject stereotypes by disrupting the viewer's expectations regarding racial identity.
Through our research, we've found that the younger generation has become desensitized to racial material through the medium of the racist vine. The future of racial context in the digital generation may become skewed as racial humor becomes less taboo and more commonplace.
Stare into the depths of my end.